We're not going to be showing the video taken by that shooter, but we are learning a lot more about him this morning. A former reporter who worked with Allison Parker and Adam Ward, he faxed an angry manifesto to ABC News, texted with a friend right after the murders. And ABC's Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has those details. Good morning, Pierre.
Good morning, George. Flanagan was a malcontent, a man who often felt victimized, who had difficulty getting along with colleagues. But no one fully understood just how deep the darkness ran.
Overnight, police descended on the suspect's apartment, concerned about bombs and booby traps. All this hours after a nightmare that began on live TV. Flanagan's anger had apparently been building since being fired 2 years ago from WDBJ.
Please call your local police.
The station where he and the victims worked. He had been ordered by WDBJ to get counseling, reprimanded by the station's management for berating a cameraman in public. The station citing him for, quote, aggressive body language when dealing with coworkers.
Eventually, after many incidents of his anger coming to the fore, we dismissed him, and he did not take that well.
The anger had been simmering for years. In 2000, Flanagan was involved in a lawsuit with a Florida television station, claiming racism and that he'd been called a monkey, allegations that were denied. And in 2014, he filed a lawsuit against WDBJ, but it was dismissed. Wednesday morning, nearly 2 hours after the shooting, a man identifying himself as Flanagan faxed what he called a suicide note to ABC News. 23 pages long, it portrayed a deeply angry man laying out his grievances. Why did I do it? The church shooting in Charleston was the tipping point, but my anger has been building steadily. I've been a human powder keg for a while, just waiting to go boom. But Flanagan apparently never let go of the resentment. In the suicide note, he claimed the cameraman he murdered complained to management about him. He also said he was a victim of racism and sexual harassment, suggesting he had been mistreated because he was a gay black man. One of his former bosses at another station suggested he was a problem employee, but that no one thought him capable of this.
It was shock. The hair on the back of my neck went up. I didn't see that in his personality, certainly.
In the suicide note, Flanagan expresses admiration for mass murderers, specifically the Columbine killers and the Virginia Tech shooter. And in one of his final callous gestures, a man claiming to be Flanagan called ABC News in New York at 10 a.m. and said he shot 2 people. He hung up and we called the police.
At one point in the suicide note, Flanagan said that after the Charleston church shooting, Jehovah God spoke to him. This is apparently another case of a man with perhaps serious mental health issues with a gun killing the innocent. They keep falling through the cracks.